Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, team. Welcome to the best sports talk show, betting talk show in the universe, right, Ramon? I mean, come on.
Oh,
People can't wait to get in here and line up in the morning. I mean, all five of them, they said. But congrats to Curtis. Looks like he had a good day. We got the first day of the playoff rounds are, in the books.
yeah. Well, good games. I thought the late game, the Kings, the Warriors, was better than the other three.
I agree. It was hard just hitting the ball in the hoop there for a while in some of those. I was
Pretty
watching
decent.
the Cavs, and I swear every time they went to lay it up, they missed. I don't know.
A decent time last night with that game. I don't know. That was near championship quality. I think. Maybe we're biased with the winner, but uh, you know, the Warriors were pretty smooth too. And it just took good play by both. I thought down the stretch, so Kings end up pulling it off, and the Warriors too close for comfort for me actually. But uh, I remember the great quote that I had that this game will go considerably under the total.
Well under.
No. Great shooting, great job of making an exciting game by those teams. Uh, I had the premium with the Kings yesterday, Mindy, and just we had some good basketball picks. I think there with the uh, Nets and let's see, the Celtics to roll. We have the Celtics to roll. I know that. And how did you guys do? Let's say hello to everyone in the chat and see who's here today as we get rolling with the morning steam. Good morning, everyone. With the Midwest's premier sports handicapper, Mindy Hahne, I'm Ramon Scott. Picks on a Sunday. Yep, Mindy, we're here. We've got more NBA action, 4 games. We've got 15 games in baseball. And, well, I forgot yesterday with all the confusion to maybe give out a few uh, XFL, USFL. Maybe I'll have a few at the end if things go good for us today. Moneyline Mills was here today to open the door for everyone to get in before we get here. And he was the one talking about the Warriors. Oh, Moneyline. Well, I understand. I mean, the Warriors actually got a lot of attention from our chat. I think the Kings got some too.
Yep.
But they said that's just the thing. Here's the thing, Mindy. The reason I'm kind of maybe down on the Warriors long term. If you could put the starting 5 on the court and leave only the starting 5 out there, I would think the Warriors would win the world championship again. They looks like metrically, the stats,
numbers.
Yeah, the Warriors starting 5 looks like head and shoulders above every. Not head and shoulders. They look better than every team in the league, though. Even the ones that finished well ahead of them, but they have to go to the bench eventually. Everyone does.
Right. All part of the game.
The Rays, we back. The Rays are tumbling fast. Oh, the Rays
tumbling.
They're obviously what a fluke. They've lost 2 in a row. Butterscotch is here today. Hopefully he can stay awake. Oh, he had a night shift. He's on the night shift.
That's one of my favorite songs by the Commodores, Night Shift. I don't know.
Oh,
Just love it. Just love it. I just always have.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, that one was kind of a tribute song.
Jackie Robinson. I saw him score lots of runs yesterday.
Oh man, he was great. I mean, he was pitching, he was hitting, stealing bases. Jackie Robinson, incredible day. He did it all out there. Curtis is here today. And TJ is here today. He's got fish in a bowl.
Is that what that is?
No, I don't think it is.
I have to go back and scroll. I think it's pasta. Looks like a fork twirling spaghetti, perhaps.
No, come on.
I'm serious. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know. I would like to have a big bowl of pasta in the morning.
Curtis said he hit an 8-teamer, so wow. All right.
Minnehaha. I'm like a famous Native American, I believe, right? Minnehaha. I'm trying to remember what that's from. I see him posted often. It must be a tribute to my Mindy Hahn name, I'm guessing.
Okay, I thought it was something about Minnesota.
Yeah, I think that's what where
What they're saying when they pick Minnesota, right?
yeah, I mean maybe it is. I think that it is originated in Minnesota, but I believe
Okay.
Minnehaha is a Native American woman, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. So someone will have to tell us.
I just remember when Prince asked Apollonia to purify herself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka,
There you go. Man
and
pigs.
she took off her leather jacket, much to the pleasure of all the 16-year-olds watching in the movie theater, and jumped into the water. And then Prince famously said, "That's not Lake Minnetonka." Right.
Oh, funny.
Here's Blake here today. CL here today. Kevin wants those XFL and USFL plays. Does anybody like I said on Tony's show on Friday that the XFL, they're all about Dean Blandino and the officiating. It's like
Right?
the
It's like he
officiating,
has his own show.
he's on his own, right? I mean, who
Yeah.
wants to hear anything? We want nothing from the officials. I know that they want transparency, and really, it's almost a test run in a way for a lot of things, because we know that Blandino has a relationship with the NFL. Oh boy, my crusty eye, old man eye. But
I always get mind watering here in the morning.
so it's a little bit of a test ground, if you will, a proving ground. He's in there with his control room and his little buddy there that looks just like him. But it really is almost, I said to Tony, it's almost exploiting the flaws of the officiating, because it really seems like they're confused half the time. And the poor guy on the field's got Blandino talking in his ear, it sounds like. Michael Lanier here today as well. Hello, hello. And see Ron talking about some of those games. Verley's here. Hey, Verley.
Bright and early.
Oh, there's Nathan. Yeah, I see you talking about
Well,
it.
I've seen him do many times, but I guess I never made the equation. I thought it was maybe like on a play on my name.
No, I like the
Minnesota. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's when Nathan says Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It is. It was spaghetti on the wow.
Yeah. That's what I said. I'm like, I went back and looked. I'm like, oh, okay.
All of a sudden now pasta in the morning. I don't know, but okay.
I'll take it. Carb load for when I go out and run 5 miles. Not.
I'm guilty. I don't know how many times I've actually done some really dumb, like the pasta sitting there from the night before,
Well,
in
don't
the
do that.
kitchen. I do it all the
Heat
time.
it up.
I'll just finish it off right now.
At least heat it up. That's where you're like, oh, my belly's not feeling so good this morning. Yeah, food poisoning from letting it sit out overnight.
Darren's here today. Thomas, is it bad weather, or is he? Scotch there. Yep, it's Sunday. There are plenty of aces. We're almost back to not normal, but the totals, Mindy. We got actual sevens. We actually have actual sevens on the board. So Blake's ready for
Football?
College football already, it looks like. Okay, I might have to figure all these out.
It's just nonsense by now, unless
I
it's
see.
unless we are going to have to try to find out the teams.
Okay, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't think these are guys on the. That'd be cool if it was, but I mean, I see a few things I can see, and I see a spade, I see forks up, I see fire, I see heart, I see trumpet, I see pawn, but a couple of those I see hurricane thingy.
Buccaneers.
What?
Yeah, he likes it when you say Bucks for the Pirates.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's the pirate flag there.
okay.
A Jolly Roger. TJ fell asleep on his keyboard. I don't know. I think Arch Manning will probably. I think he'll sit a year, but we'll see. We'll see.
That's really spaghetti, huh? Okay. I want lasagna.
Okay, Garfield.
Let's head on over to Tony'sPicks.com before we get the show rolling and take a look at what's going on over there and see. It's a short leaderboard today, unfortunately, but take a look at it. That maybe just shows what baseball is doing, because I mean it's mostly baseball on the.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, we do have basketball, and those are the more significant games, but seemed like mostly baseball as far as what was available. There could have been some others. So let's take a look. It was our morning steam team, Mindy. We were on top of
There
the
is an
handicap
obvious mistake.
leaderboards. That's what I was trying to say when I was trying to talk about some of our winners yesterday. The over in Brooklyn and Philadelphia, as well as that Boston play. So we did have a couple of winners in the NBA, and in baseball, the Pirates got it done with those 3 runs in the 10th inning.
Yeah, totally jerked up my underplay on that, but other than that, we're fine.
Oh my goodness! Well, I had over premium and
push. You got pushed, but I had the
boy.
8.5.
Oh no! See
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Didn't even get a push.
That's bad job by me. I should have, but I
or
waited.
bad job by me. I should have waited.
Yeah, right, you and me. We were on the wrong one. The timing was off.
Yeah.
We also had some Team Steam winners with, of course, other baseball plays yesterday. The Braves, Spencer Royals. Yeah, I mean, it seemed too easy, almost, didn't it?
It's too cold there too, man. Watching that game, it looks miserable.
So,
they all looked like they were wearing multiple layers, so their uniforms looked really thick out there. Those Braves guys, it was cracking me up.
Well, it took forever to get the game started.
Yeah, on delay. Yeah.
We also had yesterday, Mindy, the Miami Marlins against Arizona. That was another winner for us on the show. Hopefully you guys did well as well. This NBA card doesn't really get underway for quite a few hours yet today. So a little bit later start today than yesterday with the NBA as we go into Sunday evening. It's all about baseball early on. So thought we'd still start with the basketball. It's most, top of the show. Everyone's kind of pretty fired up for the games, I think, with today's round. And so, let me just recap there. Daniel 5-1, another good day, another strong day for Daniel Velocichuk. I'm up there it says 4-2-1.
Did you have your ultimate fighting?
Well, no, yeah, it was so I was 6-3 actually, because I did go 2-1. But
nice.
If anybody saw in the Discord, I
didn't let you put by that. So what happened?
I did. I put my bad beat story in there. Does anybody not like bad beat story? We all just too many bad beats. So I mean, I don't want to bore anybody.
No, I didn't know what you meant by that big money line, the 2,100 or 21,000. What happened?
Yeah. Well, so okay. first fight of the night, I'm involved in a premium. It's kind of difficult, with the first fight. You're really dealing with the maybe the weakest fight of the card or the lesser fight of the card, and a couple of it was a ladies bout that
Oh,
I had
okay.
a strong play on, and there was a 140 favorite. So I was on a favorite there with my premium pick, and the one gal was she was dominating so much that at one point you can watch. Everybody watches the live line. I kind of watch the live line sometimes. I'm not a total. I love the MMA. I've been watching the UFC almost since the inception. The first UFC I saw was UFC 7. That's
Really?
how old I am. And then, of course, I went back and I watched the VHS tapes, the first 6 of them. So I probably seen them all. Back then, it was like, yeah, they were on TV, but they were mostly on, they were contested on TV somewhere, and then they put them on VHS tape. Like I'm not even talking about like recording yourself. I'm like, you'd go to Blockbuster and get UFC. They're talking about. So anyway, uh, so I had and at one point on the live line in the late rounds, they do take it off the board, and like once they get to the final, couple minutes of the fight, because it's hard, you got to take it off the board. I mean, you can't, but they'll leave it up there during the fight. You could bet like right in the middle of the fight. And the one gal that I took, she was actually minus 21,000 late in the
Okay.
fight. So that would have been, uh, so she was a huge favorite at this point, and she ended up losing a split decision. It wasn't like the last 2 minutes she got dominated, and I mean, she probably was still probably,
I see what you're saying. Okay, I got it now.
yeah,
Okay, got
yeah.
it.
So I got a loss there.
You're
So.
saying that no way she was up, minus 2,100 or 21,000, and then gets a split decision. Gotcha.
Jocelyn Edwards from San Diego, or fights out of San Diego. She got the first points of the fight. The other gal that I bet against, she did get the first takedown. She probably scored the first points of the fight. But from there, the other gal I thought won the first round. The scorecards of all 3 judges had Edwards winning the first round. Maybe wasn't the case. Maybe it was, but nonetheless, that's my bad beat of the day. So I was 6-3 up there.
Gotcha.
So probably plus.
Makes sense now. So when I read it, I wasn't quite sure, which side I was looking at there. Like if you were, because when you said that took it off the board, I didn't know what that meant. For sure. Okay.
Yeah, because it sounds like there was some.
Like I didn't know if you were trying to like live bet it,
No,
or
just took it off the board because that's what happens near the end of the fight. Just take it off the board so you can't bet it last
Yeah.
2 minutes, especially if someone is
Gotcha.
absolutely crushing it. Like I said, she was, a minus 21,000. So basically, you'd have to lay a ridiculous amount just to win $100. So, anyways, there's Collins. He's the hottest handicapper of the last 7 days. Hollywood Sam's up 700 this week. Ralph Raymond showing that strong percentage, up 665. I'm up a little over a nickel for the last 7 days. Mindy Hahne coming in right there. Good job, Mindy. 53.8%. $163 there. And Daniel Woloschuk also in the green for the last 7 days. It's Collins Brown. Real strong performance there. As Hollywood Sam, even stronger percentage-wise. I'm up there, up 1,600 for the last 30 days. Ralph Raymond, pretty good numbers right there, as well as Tiffany's up a dime. Daniel Woloschuk, the VIP account. Sean Dinwiddie and Ben. All right. Don't forget our premium picks are over at Tony's Picks. These are absolutely our best picks every day over at Tony's Picks. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all of the premium pick packages. For Sunday, Collins Brown as a 7-pack in the major leagues. Daniel Woloschuk, 4 on the basis, 1 in the NBA. And Nick Lagaretos, he's ready to roll. He's got action coming up right now if you want to get involved. Freiburg and Bremen going at it right now in German league action. Also, he's got from Spain, Getafe and Barcelona as well. So Nick has soccer today. He's also got Besiktas and Trabzonspor. So Tony's got a 3-pack there. 1 in the major leagues, 2 in the NBA, and Ben has a 3-pack. What are you going to be doing, you think, today, Mindy? We're going to look at the NBA here in just a moment, as well as Major League Baseball, but premium action today.
For premiums, I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 baseball games. That's what I'm looking at right now. Still looking at the NBA side of things here, see if I can get some stuff in line with where I would like them in order to make them my premium best plays out there. So definitely we'll have, probably I'm going to say like a mid-afternoon, package for you to purchase for Major League Baseball. How about
All
yourself,
right.
Mom?
That's
Going
what
to
we'll be
depend, I
doing.
suppose, on how this show goes.
Yeah. Well, no doubt about it. We'll see. I mean, uh, I've turned it around, a couple winning days in a row after my little slumpy, but yeah, back on the profit zone for a couple days in a row. We're gonna hit it again with Major League Baseball. So let's take a look and see anybody. LJ joined us in here. Takia Jefferson here today as well. To get it. Hey, Panger Life stopping by. Oh, great to see Panger here.
Got my coffee. I'm ready.
Okay. Corday's here today.
Even though I feel like I need like some cream and sugar in this batch. It's a little strong.
Yeah. Blake says the Tank Abbott days. Mindy, back in the day in the UFC, had guys like Tank Abbott in there, and they didn't have weight classes, so you'd have a little.
So you're just going at it, right?
Yeah, you'd have a little Brazilian guy in a gi, and you'd have a big giant guy. That didn't last long, but they figured out they had a real sport. It was kind of more of a novelty at the mixed martial arts was hardly being used as a term, but then it became more intricate as far as styles and all that. So even today, you think of everybody in there, but when the ring announcer or buffer or whoever's in there, they actually say the style of fighter, and not everyone comes in as a mixed martial artist. They might actually be specializing in something else. Curtis is here. He's ready to roll. Latifa is here. The Giants giving it up to the Tigers. Gerardo's here today. Bionic as well. Anybody else want to say hi before we want to start the show, they said. Chris Thompson's here, though. And are the Lakers ready? Here's Demetrius. And we saw Knicks yesterday. Pretty good job, Mindy. Good job by you. We nailed that game on the show. Eric Nolan here. You had the Knicks and I had the under.
Hooray! We did it.
All right. So check it out. Hopefully, if you guys are winning, keep going. But if not, please head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Pick up packages from Mindy and I. Should be a good day today. And check out the handicapper leaderboard, see who's hot, and then get signed up. Getting ready for the show here. Let's go. Let's talk money, says LJ. Figure we start with those NBA playoffs, even though the baseball card starts earlier. Like I said, we'll just get rolling on NBA because it's a featured attraction today. Featured event, and anytime you can be just like a morning talk show. We'll just start with the Lakers.
There we go.
Everybody wants to talk about the Lakers.
Good morning, LA.
Okay, everybody on the East Coast wants to talk about the Lakers. I don't know what it is with the shows, but it seems like Lakers this, Lakers that. They're going to be taking on the Grizzlies today. The Grizzlies are favored by 4. This totals 226.5. I want to say that's a little bit of a tick down. The opener came as high as 230. And it looks like, plenty of action on the under. Been pressed down here. 227. Now I'm seeing even 226.5 today. The Lakers and the Grizzlies, game 1.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Lakers here in game 1. I like the 4 points. Lakers here, they've been holding their opponents under 110 a game, playing really good defense. I usually kind of give Anthony Davis a hard time, but man, he looks like he might be the key to this whole deal here. I really like how he's been playing D. I'm going to take the Lakers. I got him winning this one outright. So I'll even take the points. Excellent.
Okay, Mindy's on them. Lakers to open this series with a victory, she says, but she'll take the points just as a little bonus.
Of course I will.
Just as a little, okay, Mrs. Big Underdog, and you hit it big,
Well,
Ms. Big Underdog, and
I got to hit every once in a while. Every once in a while, I'll find them.
that was a good one. Memphis for Thomas today. Here's TJ does lean to the Lakers. And Chris says, right, he's tired about what, right? I mean, every day it's Laker talk. And he says the Grizzlies is going to sweep them on out of here. Bionics on the Lakers. Demetrius is on the Lakers. Burley says, give me the Grizzlies in the first half. And either LJ is, not typing his ad right. I was going to make like he's trying to block the ads. No, that's Anthony Davis with 2 blocks. Thought he was putting an ad blocker on or something.
LeBron James over under on dunks is 1.5, huh?
Wow, they really have that as a category?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either because I mean it's such a though sometimes, right? I mean easily like. Okay, a dunk. I guess it constitutes touching the rim when you put the ball in. Is that a dunk or? Blake says it's a homer pick. Well, maybe, but you got to pick somebody. And Moneyline says he wants the Grizzlies to smack the Lakers. Maybe, watch your back, though, don't, because Ja might come out of the clubhouse. Who knows what he's got in his bag? Reminds me of that. I was telling you, Mindy, about that, about the recruit going to Memphis and gets arrested. One that, here's Memphis first quarter for Butterscotch. All right. Well, I on the surface, I kind of want to go under in the game, but the market's saying otherwise. So maybe it's going to be. Maybe, I'm gonna be giving out the over here on the show. Took me, when the matchup was finally decided, I was all about the under right away, and I've actually being influenced by the market here. I see it going down, but I'm not sure that I trust this. I trust this little move here. I mean, it's definitely going towards the under. I'm going to take over in this game. I think it could be the Lakers that could have trouble defensively. It is the playoffs, so we're seeing, we're seeing defense, but not in every game, obviously. So I'm just thinking about that game last night. I thought they would play a little more. I thought there would be. And I think that was part of the problem. I don't want to, I know we're talking about these games, but looking back now, I mean, I think, man, the Kings, they're not too good doing the defense thing. Warriors weren't anything special. Great job by Fox and Curry, totally entertaining all of us in that game. Okay, so I would say not a lot of. I would say yes, there is some contributions from the chat, but for having uh, 60 people in here or more, that we didn't really get much of a contribution, but that's okay. We'll get rolling here with the next one.
All ready for baseball, perhaps, Ramon.
Well, maybe, but the games are tougher too, Mindy. The end playoffs, or I wouldn't want to say tougher. I mean, we just sat there for a month whining about. I'm
All
not
the,
you or me or the chain. I'm not
no, we were all of
anybody's a while. Okay, but now here we have the team. Teams at full strength. Um, right, and all that. So we should be liking this one. And before we get Mindy, I'm not saying that there was not really a story on it at the time, but it certainly came out about the little about DeRozan's daughter. She did get threats
of course.
from right. I mean, I guess. I mean, I was just saying. I bet she's going to get some. Brush back. Sure enough, probably made that little girl cry. Like I said, hope everybody's proud of themselves. Okay, here's the. But that's one thing, right? It's a life lesson too for a little girl, right? I mean, she's probably going to be upset. Why do people hate me? And just have to say, you can't always go and be that person. You can't always be, a baby Karen and you know do certain things in public. You're screaming at a game. You certainly are welcome to do that, but you're on the other. I don't know. I mean, when I go on the road, I rooting for my team. I'm kind of subtle. I mean, I will clap and cheer, but I don't want to get in anybody's face and do it. I don't want to be obnoxious. Cheer the good plays. Everyone loves it, when your opponent is doing well. All right, let's see what the Heat and the Bucks here, Mindy. The Bucks are a double-digit favorite. Or no, they're not. They're 9.5, and the total, the total here is 219. It's actually up from maybe an opener of 8.5. This total has ticked down just slightly.
Well, I mean, I like the Bucks. I think Giannis. I think Middleton. Too much for this Heat team. I don't like how the Heat plays defense at all. Since we were kind of talking about that, I'm going to take the Bucks here, laying those big points.
Well, is it the brand of defense, or you think that their defense is not? Because I mean,
I think they're
they
going to be
certainly
too
play some of
small.
the lowest scoring games.
I think they're going to be too small, too undersized. That's what I mean by not going to be able to cover the Bucks one on one. That's kind of how I see
We
that.
saw we saw that Bulls, uh, game when they dominated on the boards. In Miami didn't look good, but let's take a look here at what you guys have to say in this one. It's TJ with the Heat against the spread. Bucks win and under here. No Heat, says by Hahne. We got to call the HVAC company here. We got no heat.
We got no Heat.
Hello to Solo here today. Takia wants the over. Hello to Marcellus today. TJ says take the Heat. I'm on the Bucks with you. TJ also says the Bucks will win, but he likes the Heat to cover. I like the Heat to maybe blow them out of the water. I mean the Bucks. You know what I mean. I want the Bucks. Yeah, maybe it was Thomas, but I don't think that. And maybe the threats are, were just, verbal threats. But nobody should be doing anything to upset the little girl. And the report came out that there was something like that went on. And Latifa, smoky boots. I don't know what that means, but Milwaukee's going to win. She likes the over as well. I might lean over. And to me, I mean, it looks like you'd think Miami and Bucks. I'd be here. That's a Ramon Scott under special, and I'm not sure it is today. I think the Bucks might go off, and it could be though that the Heat gets left behind and maybe does keep it down, but Scotch says maybe a little rusty. Joel Costa here today. Hello. That was the other game, but I just want to say hello. Bucks to cover, says Burley. Panger Life, Bucks first quarter. Demetrius, Bucks and over. Thomas says my money's on the Bucks. Solo will take the heat. And Chris said he limped into the play. It's funny, right, Mindy? The teams that were supposed to get there actually ended up getting there. The better,
Right.
they didn't need the little play in, but yeah, they did it. And let's take the Bucks with a sweep. Panger likes Bucks in a sweep here. All right. Latifah's got a sweep as well, it looks like. She also maybe over in this game. Takia on the over. Nathan wants the Penn Quakers. I think. Marcellus says, good boy here. Under may be the way to go. And he doesn't think the Heat will be ready, and they might not have. That's what I'm worried about. I still want to think over. Kind of the steam came in on the over. You see the little tick down though. Chris Thompson, Bucks cruise to double-digit victory. Bionic's honest winning streak. Thanks. Well, great job, Bionic. I don't need to thank you. I mean, you're doing the great job. It's not like me and Mindy. Mindy's giving out plenty of winners. Sometimes I pass on them. Milwaukee team totals 114.5. Moneyline says. I assume he's trying to give a play here on the over, but maybe he's just giving us the line. So hope Moneyline made me giving a hard time there. One of my little pet peeves when everyone wants overs all the time and they don't specify it. Okay. Gerardo just parlay here with these. Is that a money line though, Gerardo, or you mean with the spread? Because this is if you're looking for money line parlays, right? You got 425, 315. All right, Mindy, we're on the Bucks.
We're on it.
Kind of like,
kind of like them Celtics, right?
Well, that's what I was saying. I mean, if there's one game you kind of equate it to, you got one of the, right? You got one of the play-ins coming in here, right? Kind of like the Hawks situation. They're the ones that had to, extend themselves a little with the extra game. Moneyline parlay. TJ's got a bunch of gray flags. There's gray flags.
I think those are checkered flags, into the race.
Okay. I go into a little NASCAR chat during the end of the races. On a secret NASCAR chat.
See, my mom's in a little, it's not fantasy NASCAR, but it's where at the American Legion, they all have, 40 people are in a pool and they each get their driver for the week. And then if they finish, 1, 2, or 3 or last, then you get cash. So I always like to root for our drivers.
Wow, they really like their NASCAR at the American Legion post.
They do. I mean, why not? It's, it's a fun a fun place to like NASCAR.
The Clippers and the Suns. The Suns are a 7.5 point favorite against the Clippers. The total 225 here.
Well, I think this is going to be the make it or break it for the Suns today. I think this might be their statement game. I think Durant's going to come out and blazing, firing tonight. So no. I mean, I think the Clippers are undermanned here in this one. I'm going to take the Suns, laying the 7.5.
Well, Paul George is out. That's too bad. That's really too bad. I think the Clippers, with Paul George, could actually, they could compete in this series. I think it's a great matchup for them. Actually, this total's dropped, pretty big time, and that's where I'm headed. I mean, I really, uh, I really like this under today, and boy, I feel like I'm giving out a premium here. Uh, Maybe because I missed it. It opened as high as 229, maybe generally is 228, 229. Now it's 225. So
Yeah, that's a lot of movement.
it is. I'll just give it out here on the show as a play. I mean, these guys aren't totally under teams necessarily. The Clippers are usually at home are more underish. So I like the under, and with these two teams, I want to go under. Here's TJ on the under. Thomas is on the Clippers. I'm almost willing to still take him. It's just too bad. I mean, with Paul George is in there. I mean, I'm not saying the Clippers are just some, championship team if Paul George is in there and all that, but I would probably be willing to take the Clippers in this game. I'm not necessarily against taking them anyways, but here's Burley just wants the Suns on the money line. He might throw them in there with the Bucks and the Nuggets. Money lines on the Suns. Clippers and under for Demetrius. And Chris says he's on with Mindy. Suns roll here. Curtis, big time over here. He's fading me. He's got a lock there. Hanger Life took the Suns first quarter last night. Bionic says both teams are going to get into the 115 range or so, 117, 118. Oh, yeah, right. It would have to be right because it's 225. So Brian Carter here today. I think Brian's joined us before. I'm not totally recognizing Brian, but nice to see you and welcome.
I see what he did there with the Suns. Eclipse.
Wow, is that really an eclipse emoji?
It is.
Wow, I mean, why do they? I mean, that's weird.
You're like, I can't get
so
like
many things I could have an
I could
emoji
definitely get the
for.
eclipse.
Right? I mean, so many things you could like. I'm like, how come we don't have? There's I'd like to an emoji for every team, right? Or there probably is, and I just don't know how to. I'm not a good emoji guy. But an eclipse, I mean, it's not a rare occurrence, but it kind of is.
Every couple years or so.
Of course, we've all looked at a lunar eclipse. How, have you been to a real? Have you ever been in the real solar eclipse in it, or like?
I have, and so
Coming
we even
soon. It's coming soon.
I think twice, right? I know it's been within like the lifetime of my nieces and nephews, right? Because I remember having all of them as younger kids. So that would be, probably in the last 4 or 5 years, there's been a solar eclipse, and we had to make the fun devices. So you can actually.
I was saying, have you ever been in the one where it totally goes nighttime for a couple minutes? I mean,
yeah,
okay. Because it's
yeah.
coming.
I mean, it's brief, but yeah.
Because the next one's coming.
But I remember one when I was in about 7th grade, and then I remember this one. It was like 5 or 6 years ago. I mean, because they're all like. The oldest one's 14, and so I mean, it's within the last 14 years-ish for sure.
Okay. Well, it's April. It's early April, so I know there's one that's coming. I don't know what it's like in a few days, but I mean, the big one's next year, where it comes right down through Washington and Nevada, Utah, all the way. Anybody gonna get off into it?
Okay, so yeah, Blake said like 5 years ago. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. So. Cool. But the next one's when? You said
next April.
Year? Okay.
It's like a year and 4 days from now, I think. Maybe less than a year. There's one in 3 days that's kind of like, minor, if you will. But there's a big one that's going to swoop through. I don't know how else to describe it, but I mean, it starts kind of like in Washington and comes down through the corners of Utah, Nevada, wherever there, and then goes through the. So it wouldn't be too far. You'd have to probably travel, maybe 1,000 miles or so. I don't know. Well, that goes pretty quickly down to like Oklahoma pretty fast. So,
Yeah, Oklahoma's far.
yeah, I'm
10
trying to
hours.
think of the angle. You guys probably, well, you can check. Thanks, Brian, for sending me off on a rabbit hole.
It doesn't take much for us to get off track. I feel like
Yeah, it's because of me.
it's all your fault. You
All
have big
right.
shoulders. I see them.
I don't want to, I almost take it. I almost feel bad. I almost missed Latifah's pick because of the fact that she has Phoenix and then the
Crystal ball they can't see.
crystal ball trophy yellow smiling just never works for me. All right. Suns covering under for Ron. That's a parlay. Maurice Walker here today, giving you a screenshot of plays. And he also likes the Bucks laying the points. I want to mention that just because Maurice is here today. I know it's a game we just did. All right. And let's see here. Oh. Oh, boy. Okay. And Maurice, coming in on the Clips plus the points. And Butterscotch on Phoenix. All right. A solo on the under. Okay. Another pick there. Well, 2 picks there from Mindy and I. A little proposition here for LJ. The last game of the night. I went in time order, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Timberwolves and Nuggets. Well, the Timberwolves had to work hard just to get to this point, and they're big underdogs here. 224.5.
Yeah, so remember how you were talking about all that complaining where we were all doing about the NBA? Well, this team had a lot to do with it, this Nuggets team. Being on total cruise control here over the last month or so. I think the Nuggets here definitely have the upper hand. I really like the Nuggets today. I think it's going to be an easy one for them. -8.
I do too. I think they've just been waiting a little bit. And maybe they let right. I always make talk about Jokic and how good he is. I mean, like I said, it's almost too unselfish sometimes. It seems like he could make an easy shot and he wants to make a cool pass, but that's okay. Denver against the spread is a lock. Maurice says the Nuggets will eat. T-Wolves on the do not list. Maybe it's Thomas Lewis for Denver, TJ for the Nuggets. I'm going to take him with you. Let's lay another big favorite here against these play-in teams. Mindy, I think it was I got burned yesterday with those Nets again, but again,
yeah, me too. I like the Nets there.
The 2 play-in teams yesterday, right? The Nets got rolled late. Actually, I thought they did a nice job for most of the game. I knew I was doomed towards the end. We did have the total there, but also the Celtics rolled. So will these, teams roll again? Who else was it? Is it on one of the shows they're calling it the House of Disappointment? Is it the TNT guys calling it the House of Disappointment, or is it somebody else?
I think those are my TVs that don't have sound on or closed captioning.
Well, you don't watch the the Barkley, Shaq, and those guys at the end.
It's on. I don't know if I'm officially listening. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Thanks, Nathan. Thank you. I actually don't drink that much anymore as I've gotten older. I mean, I don't know if I was really much of a.
Unless we're there to party, then you would probably.
Yeah, I mean, of course, when we're, but I do my like I said, my drink of choice. I mean, now that I'm all old and I don't care, I like cranberry margarita. I like Patron, and I'll put Patron in my margarita. I don't care what anybody says.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, because it's a sipping tequila, supposedly, and
It's the
it's
best one
too.
out there. It's smooth.
Well, that's just it, and put a little cranberry in there, no salt, and you've got the foo-foo drink, and I like that. I don't care anymore.
You could sugar the rim rather than salt it. That'd probably
I
be okay.
want what I want. I'm old enough. Yeah, seeing that new, some more shooting today at a children's birthday party was breaking news this morning. Not good news.
Yikes.
There, yeah. So that sucked. You'll see it if you haven't already. I want to say, it's not that bad, but I mean, they're all bad. Okay, let's see here. Latifah, oh yeah, she liked him on Denver. Me and Moneyline Mills were on the nets yesterday. Moneyline Mills' girlfriend. I'm sorry. Me and Moneyline Mills' girlfriend slid in the DMs. I'm like, hey, don't tell Moneyline, but I'm gonna take the nets. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna too. I'm like, don't tell Moneyline. There's Josh. He's is Jay here? I didn't see him.
That's the
Jay
house
calls
disappointment, I
him
think
that.
is what they're saying.
Okay, thank you. I knew I was getting that somewhere. And the reposado is my favorite, but I don't care. I don't mind.
Like the barrel taste. Isn't that the reposado, the barrel? Or is that the one
Yeah.
that's siphoned through the charcoal? Anejo, right?
Oh boy, I love them all though. Oh yeah, I love that too, Chris. Thank you.
Funny.
All right, no more on the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. Okay, Mindy, we've got plays. We've got 2 plays today, and let's do it. 2 plays worked for us yesterday.
That's right.
And to deal with the last play here, Nuggets and over. All right, we're 1 hour in. We're 4 games in. And let's get to the baseball. Let's get to the baseball. And start to talk about these games on Sunday. We'll have we've got aces. We've got aces. And so that's going to take some of these totals down. So like I said, not all about the overs. Maybe when the aces are out there, that's when I expect maybe a little bit of regression. But it's not like the odds makers are totally clueless. Like I said, I think maybe in the last 2 days there wasn't even a 7 on the board.
Right.
Today we've got 7, 7.5. Not this one. Giants on the road, favored here at $1.55 or so. 8 under 5. There's some 8 under 20s as well. It just feels like it's heading towards the under a little bit.
Yeah, so this is one with Boyd here. He also has a pretty tired bullpen. That Giants bullpen's a little bit tired as well. Low K rate for Boyd there as well. I'm gonna go ahead and go over the total of 8 in this one. I have it by about 10. That's where I'm looking. Going over the total here.
Well, yeah. We saw the discussion in the chat about the Giant bullpen, and you're only going up against the Tigers. So, right, if any, right, I mean, good luck with the rest of the league. Giants, how can you be like this and end up, giving up these leads to the Tigers of all teams? Webbs have struggled so far, right? Webb's supposed to be, I said aces. I don't know if it's an ace, but he's 0-3 with a 6.35 ERA.
I mean, maybe that's your ace. It's about as ace as Boyd.
This Giants team ain't going to compete at this rate, right? They're 5-9 so far, 3-5 on the road, 8-3 to the over. Boyd, a 4 ERA in 2 starts, doesn't have a win yet. Detroit's won 3 straight. Why wouldn't they win again, Mindy? They keep coming back they keep doing it. They've gone over in 3 of their last 4. I got to go over in this one, don't I?
I think so.
If it's down to, it's actually dipped here to 8 under 20. I mean, I saw 8.5s. I thought yesterday, didn't I? Let me see here on the over. What do you guys see? I'm gonna peek at the odds screen here real quick. Yeah, definitely. The send out was 7.5. In fact, I'm seeing Mindy. We're going to be able to get on 7.5 in this game.
We are?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
I'm showing one book, offshore book that caters that lets U.S. customers bet, if you will. That's 7.5 over 15. Just a terrific price for anybody that wants to get on the over. And again, I mean, I see 2 teams going over right now. I mean, maybe the Tiger bats are, I get it. The lineup looks weak, but the way the Giants have given up runs against them, let's take the over. What do you guys say in the chat? You guys are more interested. Oh, my girlfriend's waking up over here on the computer. Let's see what you're doing. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here they come. I got him now. Demetrius, Tiger over. Blake on the Tigers. Butterscotch will take online just in case. Can they do it again? Thank you, Brian, for that. Giants here, though. There's these TA, Bionic. They're not giving up on the Giants. Boyd's profitable, so Boyd's a unit up so far. Webb, not so much. Yeah, he's probably still better, but Neil Boyd, that's not an ace in your hand. It was a 4. Yeah, have you ever done that, Neil? Have you ever? You know what? I don't want to get a little too off color, Mindy, but we're an adult show here. But you know what the ace 4 is? That's the trans hand, because it looks like the real thing, but it isn't. Has anybody ever raised with their pocket aces and went back to their hand and they had an ace 4? That's not a comfortable. Whoops!
Not very comfortable.
All right, Giants money line here. This is with the chat, I'd say there's no consensus, Mindy, with this game as far as the side is concerned. Oh, nice job, Brian. Nice job on that. Did a parlay. Then Marcellus here, nice play going Detroit team total over. TJ on the over. Keith Long, is that you? Darren might go Giants first 5, right? Maybe eliminate that open a little bit. Still likes Webb. Boyd gives you an effort. I don't know if it's a great effort or if it's good effort, but Boyd definitely gets out there, and Detroit's a big underdog. But again, Mindy, when you look at these, there's nothing special here with the Giants at this point. In fact, they're both 5-9, so don't want to see you be joining the bums out there, Giants. But if you're going to compete with these teams, I don't know, Mindy. Can the Giants finish ahead of the Rockies and Diamondbacks? They might be lumped in with those 2 at this point rather than the other 2 at the top. Burley says the over will cash again. Mindy and I are on the over. It looks like over's the side in the as far as the chat's concerned. your Angels are on the road taking on the Red Sox here with Detmer on the road against Whitlock. Virtually a pick 'em here. In fact, I'm showing maybe Whitlock is a favorite, maybe $1.15, 9.5 under 15. Maybe it's ticking up just a little bit, but it's still at 9.5.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there was quite a few runs scored yesterday in this one. Red Sox got it done there late. Again, that's what we've kind of been worried about is this a little bit of Angels bullpen, but I hope they can go ahead and hang in there today. I think Red Sox have struggled versus some left-handers as well. They really have only scored like 7 runs in 3 games, other than if I take a look at what happened yesterday. So I'm going to go under the total of 9.5 here today.
All right, Mindy will fade this steam. Although I say this, the steam came in on the over. I show this now at 9.5 under 15. That, yeah, maybe that's going over a little bit. Mindy comes in on the under here in this one. It's your comments here. Here comes for no. Let's see. Here's over for Neil. Demetrius says Red Sox and over. Neil also says Angels first 5 question mark. Brian's got a set of plays right there. Check it out in the chat. Mike is on the Sox here in this one. Zane's here today. Haven't seen Zane in a while, but Zane's here. On the under with you, Mindy, in the Angels Red Sox game. Butterscotch, though, likes the over. These two teams definitely putting up some overs. Sharps are on. I'm seeing sharp action on kind of both sides. Sharps have been pretty strong. That's what makes it tough when they're on both sides. I just, put my pen away and just roll with the sharps. Ova, says Fernando in this one. So Mindy says under with Angels and Red Sox. I don't know, Mindy, when I Detmers, he's got a 7.2 ERA so far, over in both of his starts. Angels are under in 3 of their last 4 games, but Whitlock, 5 runs in 5 innings in that first start loss. So Boston's 9-5-1 to the over thus far. So I'm going to try to come back here on the Angels today. I'm going to try the Angels on the road against Boston. I've got to think could be some volatility. I know you're on the under. Whitlock, 3 appearances against Anaheim, including 2 starts, 5.4 ERA. Anything else? There's some other. There's Brian Carter, Red Sox and over. Takia's on the Angels here, or just singing a song. La. Nerfy and under for Blake. Okay, I see ya. Let's see what we got in the Nerfy stats here. Detmers is allowed a run in one of his 2 starts so far. Angels have scored a run in the first inning in 5 of 14 games. Whitlock gave up a run that first start in the first inning. And the Red Sox have scored in the first inning in 6 of their 15 games. Make sure you get a good price on that. All right, Mindy, I'll take the Angels today.
All right.
Fernando going opposite Blake here, and he's on Yerfy. They'll be done the first inning, going about their day. All right, the Twins and the Yankees. And in this one, you got Cole. Well, speaking of aces, he's $1.65 now, maybe $1.60. 7 under 15, a 7 sighting in this one.
I'm going to go ahead and go with the Yankees here today. I think both of these pitchers have been pretty solid, but I think the Yankees bats are a little bit hotter right now. I'm going to go that way, Ramon. taking the Yankees today.
Yeah, tough price, but I kind of want to be Yankees here, even though we're going to have to lay maybe even $1.65. I thought we're definitely that's it. What can I say? The only thing I can say about it is the fact that we're not getting the best price, and I like the Yankees today. I don't think there's any problem with Cole at this point. Wasn't perfect last time out, obviously. Here we go with some chat. Buy on Yankees easy money. We think, can we just I want to just say, that whole Yankees dominance over Minnesota is a little bit overblown because maybe this Minnesota team is improved again. I say it, we know they've been kind of decent but looks like they're a decent team. Let's go on them though. Many Yankees it is. I want to play the Yankees today. I don't want to play them at this. I can't change the price. So here's Zane, Yankees and over. LJ with a little prop action. Fernando, Yankees and under, however. Demetrius, Yankees and under. There are two teams that kind of been under. Look, I talk about all these overs, Mindy, every day I get on here. Yet we saw some more action yesterday. We saw a little more, some crazy scoring a little bit again. Overs are back up to 56.1% right now. Keep you posted. I'll keep you posted on that until we think it's back to normal. The funny thing is on that, you'd think that 50-50 would kind of be normal. I think you've got to incorporate the fact that the public, maybe the public does bet 50% over, 50% under. I think the perception of the general handicapping population would say that's never going to be the case. That over is always going to be preferred by the public, even if it's maybe 51 or 52%. So it even has to hit at a greater percentage really to return on the over if you're just talking generalities. It's impossible to do that with every game, but technically you might only have to hit like 49% of unders to be profitable. All right. I was worried, Neil. I know I was talking about an adult show, but Moneyline Mills says Yankees money line. I like Moneyline Mills' avatar. I don't know if it's homemade or even what it really is, but not everyone's got their own monogrammed avatar.
Right.
Unless you just go with the Google Ads account. Okay, Darren likes the under here. Darren, thanks in the Discord as well, doing a great job. Butterscotch is it under first five? Ooh, yeah. Takia says over. It's going to be tempting when you think about the Yankees and over, but I mean, there's no doubt that down the kind of list. I mean, we've been talking about overs always, and these are the Twins are 4-10-1 to the under. The Yankees are 3-6 to the under at home.
Yeah.
So Cole's 3-0 with a 1.4 ERA. He's gone under in 2 of his 3 starts. He's won all 3 starts. Lopez has been terrific. 1.33 ERA. Just 1-0. The Twins are 2-1 in his starts. Twins also will 6-3 on the road. You know what I think of roads that win, no matter what sport it's in. I like that. But we'll take the Yankees today. Mindy is our play.
Okay.
I think we got just a few more. We can roll here a little bit. Marcellus has got some props. Reaching for it. He's teaching and reaching. He's reaching and teaching. Our Guardians, the Nationals, The Guardians came back after they got this one started and did it again, beat up on those Nationals. About aces. Here we go. You got Bieber and you got Corbin. You got Corbin's an ace. Come on, he's the ace of the Nationals.
Right.
He's actually profitable here. But anyways, the Guardians a huge favorite, of course. 239 under 15. So maybe it's going up just a tad.
Yeah, I mean, Corbin's not the best ace out there. I mean, I get it. But again, the Nationals are one that are going to have trouble scoring. Bieber's pretty good, 3 quality starts now. I'm going to go ahead and go under the total. I have him coming in around 6. So here we go. We'll see how it goes with this under. Like you said, we've been talking about him a little bit, but they still make me a little nervous.
Yeah, in fact, the Steam was reportedly over.
Yeah, I moved it from 8.5. I see.
Yeah, up to a 9 now. So it's one where, we're definitely having a little bit of overaction. I'm not sure I trust the overaction in this game, though. Actually, man, that's a high price. There's nothing I can do with Cleveland here necessarily, unless I want to play the run line with the chat. Let's see what's going on. I got worried. I saw there were 20 messages in the comments, and I'm like, oh, great, here we go again. But actually, it was just trying to hash out a line here a little bit. Fernando talking about it, and Zane trying to pin under, and getting the autocorrect or something. So, but Fernando was saying, under. Blake going under as well with you, Mindy. And Thomas, I don't know if that means under, but Verley says he's going under in the Guardians game or under and the Guardians. Verley. Nats here, money line for Solo. Solo's willing to come in and take a big dog at home. Bieber actually is down so far. I mean, it's just been a couple of. Here's Butterscotch Lock on the first 5 on the run line here. Cleveland -1.5 is the Scotch Lock here. Want to say hello to Heather Pazzola. Nice to have you, Heather. Welcome. Is that you?
Right.
Neil says, give me the Beebs. Going to take the Guardians today. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to have to decide. You guys you guys give me some great idea. Look, Bieber's, I know, but the Guardians lost the other 2 starts. But again, no run support for Bieber. Here against Corbin, maybe they can have a little bit more success. It is 9-6 after all, still playing pretty well. Washington's off an abysmal start at 4-11. Bieber's gone under in all 3 of his starts. Mindy, the Guardians 7-2 on the road. Corbin, he's 8.72 ERA so far. Nats are 1-2, and he's 1-2 in those starts so far. Washington just 1-7 at home. That's bad, right? If I can't win at home, how am I going to win? Period. Says he does like the under here. I'm worried about. I'm going to go with you. I'm going under.
Okay.
Because I don't know if the Nationals are going to score very many runs, but I'm worried about if anything, Cleveland maybe putting up another good number. So let's do it. Let's take the under in the game with the Guardians and the Nationals. Now at 9. I'll fade the Steam. Look, I'm all about Steam. We named the morning Steam. I'm giving out Steam, right? We gave out that Steam last night. Again, I'm putting the Steam in the Discord. It's not necessarily an endorsement. Well, let me say this, Mindy. I don't make it clear because I know Tony was saying, why not try to defend Steam a little bit? And I'm I'm not in a hurry. I'm just sitting there watching the game. But I mean, I'm handicapping, watching the game. So I just usually do a copy and paste when the Steam notice comes out from the line service. But I only put the Steam in there that I like. I'm not, or if I have no opinion. If I'm against it, I'm not sharing the Steam necessarily in the Discord. That's okay. But so just know that, because I've seen some people say, like, thanks, I'm playing it. And it's not always necessarily an endorsement, but I mean, I'm not necessarily going to be putting ones in there that I'm against.
Gotcha.
So let's just leave it at that. So, but yesterday, you liked that dodge. In fact, someone was complimenting you for that on the show, the Dodger game under, and I didn't mind it. Certainly, I didn't go with it on the show yesterday, as I wasn't sure at the time. And but when this came in and you were on it, I'm like, I'm going to share this. I'll play it personally, and boom. And I had the Dodgers on the show, but again, the steam came through. All right, here's Guardians run line for money line. Yeah, Marcella said they're going to hit him out of the park. And I'm getting it back there, Thomas. Thank you. 56, we're going to get there. Barry says, let's get to the beds. We're ready to take a nap. TJ, Guardians first. There are plenty of bets here from the chat. Doing a job today with their plays. All right. Mindy said she is on the Nats under. Nope. I'm on the Nats under.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. I cleaned it up.
When you say I was on the Nats, I was like, no, I'm not.
Well, you know how you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't. Okay. Here's another, some aces going. McClanahan on the road at $120, $120-ish, $130 now. You knew it was coming, right? I mean, the Jays have their losing streak. You guys already asked about it. Will they stop the losing skid and not get swept out of here? I don't know. You'd think so with McClanahan, right? Total also moving under here. The steam came in on the under. Good pitching.
Yeah, I mean, again, like you said, we're dealing with a couple of aces here. I'm not so sure the Rays can get it done, but I also have, probably more confidence in them than not. So I'm going to take the Blue Jays here. I'm going to take them on the run line at about minus 160 plus 1.5 runs.
Okay. And, I think you can get a better price than that.
That's the price I had.
Yeah, and I think in general, if you look at, I'm talking about saving money at a book that we follow pretty closely, but I think in general you're going to be looking at $150 or more possibly on those. So, guys, ready to go back to the well at all? Mindy says Toronto run line here, so that kind of points to just a close game, certainly, maybe. She wants the insurance here. TJ's on the Rays money line. Neil's on the Rays money line. Hey, McClanahan, what's there not to like? We know Tony loves to bag on Manoah, but certainly solid numbers-wise. Butterscotch here on Tampa. Burley's on the Rays. Money lines on his Rays. Dean's on the under. And Barry, good point. Good point, Barry, on that other game. And basically said it for what I'm, basically said, a shutout, right? One-sided game. So, all right, here's Dimitri.
Kind of like taking under on Alabama, right? Because the other team can't score.
Well, and here's the other thing, Barry might, and again, we're Guardians at a big favor. We're not going to come on any money line, right on the Guardians. If we expect, we could give the run line maybe, but also don't forget, folks, that sometimes Mindy and I might be on the side of premium or whatever. So we don't know. We give out one play.
Yep.
And one team doesn't score, I'm probably going to be likely to be on It's hard to be a shutout. There's not many shutouts these days. We know that. Like here on the under, Blue Jays for the sweep, says Bionic. And Moneyline says he's showing that 145 run line, it looks like. Neil's having a fun time at Manoa expense. Barry on the Rays money line. Moneyline. And, Moneyline Mills is coming on with his teams. He's our Tampa correspondent, right? I don't know if Moneyline just likes these Tampa. I never asked her if he said, and I don't know. I'm sorry, Moneyline Mills, if I didn't know that. Guardians team total over. Well, that was that last game. So sorry about that. I'm on the under. I'm on the under here with Tampa and Toronto. Even though, I think we kind of have I think these two teams are a little bit overlooking, if you will, so far. Not on the McClanahan side, certainly. In fact, it's funny, they've hit for him, is what it is. I mean, he has a 1.9 ERA in 3 starts, but they've gone 2-1 to the over in his 3 starts. Remember, Tampa, all their wins have been by 4 runs or more. Or I say all, I'm just generalizing, 11 of 13 of them. But Tampa's 10-3-2 to the over thus far. Manoa has an ERA near 5. Blue Jays have won all 3 starts. They're 2-1 to the over in his starts. But the Blue Jays have under in all of their last 4 games, or 1 push. Well, 3-1 to the under, I think. So Toronto's red hot, you guys. We think of Tampa Bay red hot, but all of a sudden right now, Toronto's won 9 of their last 11. Even though we know Tampa Bay's 13-2, they've technically also won 9 of their last 11 with these 2 losses. Let's go under in this one. And you guys might have a little bit more on this game. Yeah. Okay, lives in St. Petersburg, so he's a Tampa man. Okay, Mindy, good job there. We got 2 plays out of that one. Let's take a look at the D-backs and the Marlins. We've got aces. We've got Gallen. We've got Sandy. Great pitching matchup here, and look at that total. It's 725 now. Alcantara, as Max makes me say correctly. Alcantara. I should get it right. I mean, I'm the one that's has Hispanic heritage here. 725 now. 135, 725.
Going with the Marlins here again today. Got the win yesterday with them, Ramon. We did. But yeah, I mean, the Marlins, they're on their little bit of a streak, right? Winners last 4 of 5. Diamondbacks don't really hit, right-handers too well. So that's how I'm going to go here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Marlins here today.
Okay. I mean, we got to find a spot. I can't lose them all. Mindy on the Marlins today with Sandy on the mound. I mean, why not? I mean, look, I don't mind Gallen in this game. I mean, this is going to be a good matchup. I'm all going any unders at this point. Even Mr. Under is admitting at this point. You can go down my handicapper page and look at my totals. Not going to find many unders on there. I've had a few. Yeah, you bet it is, Thomas. Okay. Here's Zane here today on the Marlins. Blake's got a nerfy Arizona TJ on Marlins money line. I like this one, Demetrius. I know he means Marlins and under, but I want to say, you know what? Marlins understanding.
Ramon would like to be enlightened today. Have a little bit more understanding.
I don't want you guys to correct yourself when you make funny autocorrect mistakes, unless I get it wrong. Oh. Moneyline Mills says 7 with the green face.
Not a duck. It's a puke.
Oh, right. The puke one, and then is it the green angry face?
Again, that's another one. Like I think they're trying to hold it in, right? So it's the holding it in, and then the
I
expulsion.
need a whole class on emojis. All I could do, I could barely put emojis on my Tony Picks sales pitch like everybody has. I just put the ball, the basketball, the baseball, whatever games are on there. Tequila likes the Marlins here. Neil Boyce on the Marlins. Thanks, Thomas. I use some help. I always can use an editor, believe me. And Butterscotch says, getting Sandy at this field. Zach Gallen is pretty darn good, you guys. But I'm with you, Mindy. We're gonna take Sandy today.
We got it.
Gosh, just give us a couple of runs. Both teams are 8-7. We make fun of them. I don't say make fun the Marlins, but they've worked their way to this 8-7 record. We say, if they could only have some bats, they get good pitching, or almost like a poor man's Rays. Can I say that at this point? Allen's got just a 5 ERA, but man, he's better. They've gotten some run support for him, 2-1 in those starts. Arizona just 3-5 on the road, but 5-3 in the last 8. Alcantara, the numbers aren't great so far, but remember he did have that one. His first start was rough.
Yeah,
5.79 ERA. 2.92 ERA career starts against Arizona, but no victory. And it's kind of funny, remember Gallen was on the Marlins, or he's in the Marlins organization, and basically the Marlins ended up getting Jazz for him, right? So it's kind of come full circle a little bit in this matchup to a certain extent with these two guys on the mound. So, and here's a little prop action for Gallen. It's not out yet, huh? For this one, boy, I was gonna fire up the goalie computer is changing to the lineups computer.
Changing it to the lineups computer.
Okay, yeah, good point. So, okay, Mindy, let's take the Marlins. Hey, they're both 8-7, right? So,
all right, let's do it.
I take so long to think. Mindy goes to the dog, starts petting the dog. Phillies here and Reds and Sessa. Nola, huge favorite. The road here, $1.90. 9.5 under 15. This one has gone higher.
Oh, I know that Sessa's been struggling a little bit, but I do like the under in this game. I kind of expect Nola to pitch a little bit better here today. But yeah, I'm going to go under this 9.5 here.
Yeah, especially right now, you're getting a better price. No doubt about it, right? So there it is. And I don't know, I kind of feel the same way to a certain extent. I'm not really just jumping up and down. You do, these teams have been in a few overs, certainly.
Sure.
They all have. They pretty much all have, except for a handful of teams. We think 56%. That sounds like that's not a big advantage
Pretty big.
so far. It's pretty big because if you go down the list, most of the teams have gone over so far in their games. At a slight percentage, but it's just more consistency league wide. So I was trying to see what going back to the last game, because I know, like, for example, in this game, lineups are confirmed, but that D-backs game, they were not yet. The D-backs lineup was confirmed, and boy, yeah, it's ugly against Sandy for sure. Rojas, Perdomo, Smith, Walker. Carroll can hit anybody, I would think, at this point, but even Sandy is. McCarthy, Ahmed, Thomas. Thomas. Oh, I'm going to be a leadoff hitter. I'm batting eighth every game. Herrera. So here we do have the lineups in this one as well. And not a great matchup necessarily for some of these Reds bats against Nola, I'm sure. Even India at the top, Will Myers, Steer, Senzel, Newman. Neil Boyce likes the over. Blake likes the Philly line. Scotch likes the Phillies on the run line as well. Crazy Nola haven't won yet for Nola with Nola. Sessa also, though, they've 2 in his starts. Reds all day, says Bionic. And let's see here. Here's part and both teams suck, said Neil. Life coming in took the over here, Mindy. Going against us here. I'm probably on the under with you.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I've got Nola. Come on, Nola. Can't mow these guys down, right? Cincinnati could be heating up. I think Barry was, and don't even correct me unless I'm wrong. He wanted to say surely, like as in, surely. And,
yes, you are. Yeah.
Right, but autocorrect treated him like the airplane movie.
Yes.
Surely.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious.
Surely. Red's over? Yes. Yes, I will take the Reds over. And don't call me Shirley.
That is, I was thinking about Airplane the other day. I'm like, that movie is just funny all the way through. Like, just the stuff that we know just doesn't give the movie enough credit.
Yeah, it was. Kareem is a pilot. We've all seen it.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I mean, it's almost getting to the point where some of the younger people in the chat,
might not know it.
Kind of comedy might not go back to that kind of, I like slapstick comedy. So,
same. Our dry sense of humor.
You look like Kareem. And it's not. Look, kid, I bust my ass every day on that court. All right, we're on our play here with the under. All right, next up, Orioles and White Sox. In this one, the Orioles going to be a dog here today. Mindy with seats going for the White Sox, $1.45. Total here, this one's gone down for sure. 7.5 over minus 115 in general is the price now. Are these bookmakers and gamblers not paying attention? I guess Dylan Cease can try to find his form.
I like the over. Again, Mindy's been opposite of all the team today here. But yeah, even with Cease on the mound, these teams have been on fire. They've heated up. Look at the bats, especially yesterday. So yeah, I'm going to go over the total here in this one, 7.5.
Yeah, I don't want to slide Dylan Cease. I mean, for sure. Right. If you look right now, there aren't many, he's up already 2 3/4 units on the young season with his, pitching so far. 2.76 ERA, 2-0 record. They've won all 3 games. White Sox, that's pretty good when they've only won 6 games overall. Rodriguez has a 7 ERA, so they were expecting some things from him, but so far it panned out. But I don't know. Orioles 4-0-1 to the over in their last 5. Kind of see that there. Look, these two teams definitely going over so far. White Sox maybe of late. Let me see. Well, just 3-1-2 to the under last 6. So, but again, remember all their games went over. Not all, but went over the start. So, boy, this one is looks like it. Really, the White Sox. Let's see what the chat has to say. Help me out. Let's get the comments in here. There's not very many comments on this game, it looks like. Smith, a Don Rickles fan. Yeah, he could offend some people before they knew they were being offended. Back when he'd be on Johnny Carson. Oriole, but he's not sure. Here's White Sox and over. I see two-way action from the Sharps. I can't rely on it necessarily, I don't think, in this one. I'd almost default to them a little bit and see what they say. But I like the fact that, I like the matchup as starting pitcher. I mean, not sure about Rodri. Here's over from Justin. Blake wants the over with you, Mindy. Nathan Cern is a little behind us, but he's got that cool snake emoji. I'll take the White Sox here as my play today. Mindy's on the over. Orioles and White Sox. Let's continue with the Braves on the road with Wright. $1.60 on the road. Oh boy, this one's gone up as well. Significant movement today on these totals early. I don't think we've seen. I mean, baseball is not like NBA, Mindy, or some basketball, but I don't think we've seen this kind of movement in the last couple of days. Anyway, on these totals this early. Here's 9 under 20 in this one now. It was, I believe, some 8.5s for the most part overnight. But here's Wright favored 169 under 20 against your Royals.
Right.
We went against them yesterday.
Yes, as we should have. But Greinke might be bringing some heat today, Ramon. I just am going to go ahead and go under the total. I think there's going to be lots of Ks in this game. I think there's going to be lots of strikeouts today. Royals might be able to stay in it a little bit here, at least for maybe the first 5 or 6 innings, and then probably blow it at the end. But I'm going to go under the total here.
Well, look, I mean, it's proven now, I think, if you look at Greinke. And again, maybe it is befitting a player who's on his, last part of his career, who is, has certainly been, a strong pitcher for many years. He's still doing good numbers at home, and the road is a disaster. But the other thing is they have lost all 3 of his starts, which is really a bummer because really Zach Greinke is a competitor, and that's his whole career. He's a mad dog out there for the most part, unwilling to give an inch. That's how I feel about him. So let's take a look at maybe what's going on in the chat. If this game, Braves and over, we did, like I said, couldn't do it yesterday, couldn't necessarily, go against the Braves, against the Royals, and it just looked too cheap. And it almost does again today, even though it is higher than yesterday. Here's a nerfy for Curtis. Toronto, I think that means Toronto. Wrong game anyway, so. Butterscotch.
Atlanta by 15 runs.
Yeah, Atlanta run line, obviously. Here's a Darren on the break. They might win by 15.
You never know.
Butterscotch. fixed it. Okay. Blake on the under with you here. Steam definitely came in on the over. Probably, Royals lineup confirmed, and boy, it's not pretty against Wright. I mean, some of these guys are really to have TJ on the Royals here, but I mean, uh, even Witt at the top. Here's Thompson, Michael Thompson, Atlanta run line. Can't like the matchup for Bobby Witt, Sally, Reyes, Duffy in there. I don't mind Vinny today, maybe Melendez. I'll go ahead here, Mindy, and I'm going to take the Braves money line again. I'll go to the well here. There it is. Thank you. He said for me. Greinke overvalue Atlanta run line. Is that agreeing with the strikeouts there? Maybe, but I don't know that because those are Royals on. What does this one mean, Mindy? Royals
On the run?
Royals on run line.
Oh,
maybe that's it. Royals on.
Yeah,
run.
we needed a line.
Yeah. But that means Royals on the run line.
Right.
Royals on, or they're on the run. Maybe they're on the lam.
Yeah, either way.
All right, I'm on the Braves. You're on the under. Let's keep going. We're getting close to the finish. Here is the Pirates. Was good Keller, Mindy. Sorry. We got Keller here, who's been pretty darn good, certainly so far. Well, at least he's getting support too. Michaelis for the Cards. Cards a big favorite here. 165, 8.5 under 15. So it is going higher.
Well, Ramon, I feel like I have to stick to the Pirates now. Mikolas has been pretty terrible here in St. Louis. I think right now they're like 3-10 here on the season. I'm going to take the Pirates here on the run line. Is how I'm going to play it.
All right. Mindy's going to play the Bucks here, plus the run and a half with Keller. I say good Keller, just well. I mean, he's not, totally dominant so far, but been pretty good. Let's see here. If you guys have anything in the chat, Keller. 2.08 ERA, just 1-0, but they've won all three of his starts. And you mentioned it, Pittsburgh off on a good run right now. They're 6-3 on the road. Hello, Mikolas, a 10 ERA in 3 starts, and Cards just 1-2 so far with him. 16 career starts for Mikolas against the Pirates. That's a pretty big sample size. 5-5 record with an ERA of 3.05. Keller's had 8 starts against the Cards, 2-1 record, 3.38 the ERA. Pittsburgh 6-1-1 to the under in their last 8 on the road. If any teams right now, I mentioned the Twins and the Yankees, and if you had the equivalent on the National League side of teams that are going under, this would be them. Like I said, the Cards 10-4-1 to the under so far. So
Unless it was yesterday.
Huh?
I said unless it was yesterday in extra innings, they got the over on me. Darn it.
Yeah. Well, again, it was 3-3 after 9, right? So
yeah.
And I had an over in that game. I got it, like we already talked about. I mean, you got jobbed, I got pushed. So I'll go under in this one. The Steam came in on the under. I'll come in on the under here. Mindy's on the run line. I'm on the under. We do have, let's see here. I know there were some comments on the game. Sorry, I didn't wait for the chat this time. And see, I think Thomas says he'll take the Pirates. Sounds like he's in that area. Takia, the over here. Butterscotch, Pittsburgh money line. And TJ's waving the Jolly Roger. Here's Blake is on the Bucks run line with you, it looks like, Mindy. Butterscotch says the Cards are struggling. Bionic is on the Bucks. And Zane's have this says under. Believe says this is Pirates and under, I believe.
Yeah,
Because if
he's
you
filling
look
it
at
out
what
a
Zane is
couple
saying,
different times.
there it is, right? Pirates and so if you look at say it out with me, John
John Perfect.
Darren on the Pirates today, and let's be on the under. Mindy's on the Bucks plus the 1.5. I'll take under. All right, here comes the Mets. The Mets on the road again. The Mets are ready to pound the car, ready to pound the Athletics again here with Buto. Buto has pitched before. I think that Buto, not to be confused with former Pakistan Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto,
Okay.
which was actually spelled differently. And she was assassinated,
He
actually.
was by perhaps the United States, let's just say.
Okay, well, that's for a story for another day.
I know, right? Conspiracy theories there. Got her in power, took her out of power.
She was the yeah. Boy, Mindy, you've done your homework. Did your book report was your book report on Pakistani politics? Okay,
no, but I am always I like to read about
very
women's
smart
leaders, of course.
Okay, you're right.
So yeah, I mean, so I know a little bit about the situation. I wouldn't have equated it to this one.
I don't know where I got that. I was just looking, trying to remember
I mean,
about
it's good that you
Bhutto,
even
I don't
like,
know that much.
like,
Okay, let me just
correlated the two there.
well, should have been a little bit more prepared for Bhutto's start. I think it was a late. Was it a late start or a promotion? Okay. Oh, okay. Here's what it is. Thank you. I should have known this because this is Ace Day, right? So it's Max's start. He's pushed back.
Pushed back. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, he gets pushed back. So Bhutto, he's actually pitched before with the Mets, but I don't believe he's started before. So he just has maybe a few appearances, maybe like a handful, 5 or 6. I think maybe you guys can correct me on it. I'm not necessarily. I'll look it up. I'll look it up, but we'll comment on the game. Go ahead, Mindy. I'm sorry. We're Benazir Bhutto, and I'm just trying to talk about this guy.
Well, I mean, it's one of those that got my spot yesterday for the A's to get some money there. It is not going to work out that way here today. Probably a lot of relievers here for this A's staff that's gonna get in this game here. I think it's gonna be a field day for the Mets. I'm gonna take a minus 1.5 runs. About even money, I think.
Yeah, it's sad what's happening right now with the A's. Look, JP Sears, we want to give this guy some credit as, someone that the A's can look forward to their development. He's come over from New York. You got a promising future. Hasn't worked out so far. 5.5 ERA in 2 starts. Bhutto, I take it back. Mindy looked it up here. 7 runs in 4 innings pitch in his only major league start last year came against Philadelphia. So he has made a start. I thought it was just relief appearances. So through your research, Tony gave you this platform. Be better. But seriously, we knew that the Mets are going to be a big favorite because Oakland has just been terrible. That's too bad what's going on. They're 3-9, whatever they are, 3-12 at this point. Mets 9-6. They've won 6 of their last 8. A's have now lost 12 of 13. They've gone over in 10 of 15, while the Mets have gone under in 5 of their last 7. Let's go over to the chat, see what they have to say. Mets an over for Demetrius here. Blake's got the UConn play on Mets. I was thinking about the UConn play last night. I'm not sure I'm totally on board with the naming of the play, but I've asked you guys to come up with your nickname, so I'll adhere. I'll go with it.
Ramon's a little sore about UConn, you guys.
Maybe that's what it is. I'm sure that's what it is. Okay, Mets to cover, says Darren Thomas. Funny, thank you. And here's Justin likes an over here. And Scotch has them. Oh boy. Scotch is liking the over here. It's a Scotch lock. I'm down with it. Let's take the over in this one for me, Mindy.
Okay.
I was already leaning that way. Read you the stats. That's how I feel about it. Kind of agree with you. Just, I don't know. The one thing I have seen from Oakland, and maybe it's a sign of, again, whatever's happening, a lot has to do. Look, those guys are major leaguers. Yeah, they don't have the salary. You're still trying to make a name for yourself. They fall behind massive, and then they always put up a big inning. It seems like they're tied all of a sudden. Then they lose again. But who knows? Maybe they can. Maybe they can stay within a run. I just
need Escobar to run faster. That's all. I mean, he's always on. I mean, he's always hitting around, but he's just slow on the bases.
Michael Thompson's with you here. Takia Mets and over. Bionic maybe Mets. TJ on the Mets here. TJ, you just stick with it. I'm just kidding you because I'm trying to make a funny about UConn. I said come up with your own names. I don't know. They didn't win. They didn't go undefeated. I mean, why isn't it the Indiana?
It was just the one time, the one time beatdown. That's all.
All right. Almost through here, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging in there. 80 viewers today. Never getting back to our records. I guess maybe we need to go maybe we need to crush it instead of we had a winning day, but maybe we can put up a big number today, Mindy.
Right.
Hey, we're close, Mindy. I see Smiley up there, and only if the Cubs were playing the Brewers, because Smiley and Miley are pitching on the same day. But Smiley here and Urias, Dodgers favored here, big time. 235, 8.5 under 25.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that I just think the Cubs can maybe get a little bit back on track. I think they can stay close in this one. I'm going to take them on the run line. I'll take that plus 1.5, about minus 110 here today. I feel like they've been playing pretty good on the road here as well.
Yeah, well, I tell you, after coming in early, the Sharps were coming in early on the Dodgers, and they started to shift to the Cubs here now a little bit. Looks like to me as far as the movement's concerned. Smiley's been okay. Let's take a look at this game. See what the chat has to say as well. But Cubs they won Miley. He's got a 7 ERA so far. And he's 0-2 with a 5.4 ERA against the Dodgers lifetime. Cubs now have won 6 of 9 to move to over 500 finally. You mentioned it, Mindy. They're now 7-6. Urias, what can you say? He's definitely lived up to the billing so far. 3-0 with a 1.5 ERA. Dodgers have won all 3 games so far. The Dodgers' bat's gone flat a little bit. They've lost 5 of their last 8 games now. They have gone over in 6 of 8. Cubs over in 7 of their last 11. Steam definitely came in on the under here, but let's take a look at what the chat has to say. I'm going to need some advice. A lot of interest in this one, it looks like. Demetrius, Dodgers and over. Bionic on the Dodgers. Blake on the over here. The 72 Dolphins play. There you go. And that's the Cubs. I thought it was the mice at first, but no, that's the Cubs. Under in this one. Yeah, remember that. It's interesting. You got to consider because Smiley and his experience playing there, but not okay. I see what you're saying. Uh, better at home than on the road. I got you. Uh, Gerardo here with some action today in this one. Dodgers first five, and also Verley Dodgers on the run line, of course. And Gerardo also like Dodgers run line. They're going against you a little bit here, Mindy, in that one. But maybe,
Yeah,
with Urias, right? I
sure.
get it. Uh, you know,
Urias
it's
hasn't been great at home though. I mean, he's given up like it looks like about what 6.5 runs.
yeah. Well, I'm just surprised that the number is so because I kind of wanted to come in on the over, but I thought I talked about the 7.5s, and uh,
Yeah,
I know that
11,
maybe there's
11
some
whip, 5.8 base on balls at home. So yeah, there's a little bit of up and down.
butterscotch says the over is attractive in this game. See, and I was like, I don't know if it is. But I think maybe I'd be like a first five under here. I don't know. I'm gonna go under in this game. Actually, you
I like
guys.
it.
Yeah, the steam came
Mindy
in on
likes
the
the under.
under.
Come on.
Look, I'm worried that I'm no premium for me. I think because I think late is what worries me. Even I, want to try to leave the bullpens in it. I'm rarely going to go to a first five in the pick, but uh, I'd kind of say first five maybe is better in this one than a long under. But I'll take the under, and Mindy's on the Cubs. Let's keep going because we're almost to the finish here with the Brewers and the Padres. Mindy, the Padres busted out the bats yesterday,
Yeah.
finally, a little bit. But your guy, you Darvish, is looking for a victory still.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it kind of looks like Darvish is overvalued in this one to me. I mean, I don't think he's a minus 170 today. I'm going to take the Brew Crew here, plus 1.5 runs here. I think they've been just better, overall. They did not show that yesterday, of course. Those Padres bats woke up a bit. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Brewers here on the run line today.
Yeah, I have to, I think that's the way I want to lean as
And I
well and
like
go with you
Darvish.
there. Or not lean, I'll take it. I mean,
Okay.
just not sure. Darvish at this point, 4.63 ERA. The Padres, like I said, lost both those games. They busted out the bats yesterday. Um, Steam came in on the over here. I see it now at 8/15. What's it at on screen? 8/15. So it continues to move higher. I'll fix that one up a little bit. There we go. 8/15 now in this one. So Miley 2.45 ERA, and Brewers are 1-1 in those starts. Brewers playing well, man. 10-5. Great job. Miley's often struggled against the Padres. 5.28 ERA, 1-6 record in 15 career starts. Meanwhile, Darvish, uh, 2.22 ERA against Milwaukee in 8 starts. Padres got it done. I'm happy with them, but again, I'm still on a little bit of a fade mode with them at home, and I think Mindy, I'm going to be willing to take the 1.5 with you here with the Brewers. Padres and over for Demetrius. Bionic likes it under, says lots of strikeouts in this one. Butterscotch is going to be with us, so is Blake. And I wish I look at it. What was it, minus $1.50 or so? You said, or higher even, huh?
Yeah, 145 is what I have, minus 145.
Yeah. All right. Well, that turns me off a little bit, but I like the
Too
Brewers in
late.
this. Yeah, no, I think it's too high. I think the line's too high, even on the move. I mean, it's definitely moving down towards the Brewers. A slight move on the Brewers. Brian Carter here on the Brew
Okay.
Crew. Trying to see where Brian is standing there. Might not be.
I
Might
see a
not be.
power on the bottom.
Might not be sports related, huh? Looks
I
like a
see,
food truck almost
like
in
I
a
said,
way.
it's power on the bottom, but I can't read the top. So maybe it's money is power or something. I can't tell what the top. It says is power on the bottom.
Butterscotch with the Europe today. Brian's going to tell us. I know, but we're trying to guess it. All right, Mindy. Brewers run line.
Brew online.
Come on, Darvish. I mean, I'm not rooting against us. I'm just saying.
What's the deal?
Rockies and Mariners here. Mindy in this one. Castillo. Have we seen? Have there been a $3 favorite? Yeah, there had to be, right? This is one of the biggest, certainly of the year so far. And again, a late move here for Colorado on this starter. We really didn't even, I don't even think, have it overnight. But Davis comes in. He's the starting pitcher. Noah Davis. And what do you have here, Mindy? Huge favorite.
Oh, well, I mean, kind of the way I see it is that I've, given the Rockies a little bit of chance here, and they're proving me wrong that they're still not a great road team. I'm going to take the Mariners here on the run line. I mean, Castillo, he's pretty good, unless he pitches against the Cubs.
Yeah, Castillo's pretty good, all right. How could we pass? I mean, this one just seems to be coming in kind of automatic in this series so far, right? The way the Castillo one ERA of 1 basically in 3 starts. Rockies 3-10 in their last 13 right now after winning those first 2 against the Padres. I was ready to give them the division title. This will be a bullpen game, but Noah Davis gets the start. So I don't know too much about him. Let's see. Okay. Noah Davis from Newport Beach. Okay. He played at UCSB and was with the Reds before coming to the Rockies. He's been in the major leagues before a little bit. And he's just 25 years old. Okay. Well, Castillo's been very, very sharp. Mariners just a 4-5 at home, but Colorado's lost 6 straight on the road now. And willing to do it, Mindy. I'm willing to lay the 1.5 here
Okay.
with the Mariners. All right, got the night game, but
One more.
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Minnie. I want to just go back real quick, though. I might have I'm sorry, you guys. I'm ready to run. I'm ready to end the show, but I missed the plays on the other level. I should run through those real quick. I want to be fair to everybody. Sorry, guys. Sorry, gang. That's not how we do things around here. Let's get the plays up there. Mariners and over for Demetrius. Rick's got his own. He's the main event. So see, Rick is the main event play of the day. Justin here on Dodgers run line. I don't know if SRL means like super run line. Does that mean 2.5? No, maybe it does. Blake here, Seattle. Oh, that was a different game. Sorry about that. TJ under, Brian Carter, Mariners. So there really wasn't that much on that game. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Go ahead, Mindy. Last game, the night game, Rangers and Astros. Couple left-handers.
Yeah, the Rangers are kind of on a little bit of their own bad streak now, 0-5 on the road. For Amber Valdez, he's pretty good, I would say. I'm going to go ahead and take the under here. I would have got that under yesterday, but the shortstop did a nice ole and let 3 runs score. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under here again.
Yeah, you look like me trying to field it. Better number here for you, Mindy, at this total. 8 under now. So it's definitely gone up. The steam came in on the over. Mindy, Mindy's against the move today.
It seems
She
like all
said
day
it
long, yeah.
herself. I think it's a fact. Not every game. I'm just saying in general. She acknowledged it.
I
I
did.
did as well. Education is power. Maybe Brian's a teacher.
Nice.
There's the Astros. Demetrius Astros and over. Nathan Astros and under. And we see you getting, like I said, getting that good number now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Any more comments? Because I'm going to make
Paul
a
is
call.
back.
Huh?
Paul is back.
Oh, really?
There he is. Stros for me.
Okay. And Butterscotch on Houston run line. Texas is interesting in this series. Certainly, if Hahne so far, it hasn't worked out so far though with Texas, a 9.39 ERA so far. Valdez been pretty darn good, 2.37 ERA in those first two starts. Career 6-3 against Texas with a 2.55 ERA. And I don't know. It feels like it could be danger time for
Danger.
Well, 9 ERA. He's supposed to be better. So, what happened yesterday was in the yeah. You had Texas and I had the boy. We've okay. Well, we won't
And then
talk.
I had the under premium as well, but
You had under premium. Okay.
yeah, I like that under a lot. And like I said, it was under the whole game until
Gray was fine.
Right? I mean, that was a double play ball, Ramon.
Gray was fine, right? I mean,
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna take the Astros on the run line here against Texas tonight. Not sure what we're seeing from Hahne at this point. That doesn't look real positive to me. 10 ERA in 2 starts. Valdez has done pretty darn well. I just have concerns that maybe the bullpens again. Look, Houston's supposed to have that good bullpen. They're 7-2 to the over at home thus far. And Texas is 6-1 to the over their last 7. Can't get on with you, Mindy. There, I'll take the Astros here on the run line tonight. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'll do a little football while Mindy types in the place. Shout out, happy birthday to Ben Ruhala of Tony's Picks. I'll pick up one of Ben's packages today. It's his birthday, so Ben, if you're out there. All right. How about Paul talking about that Dodger game? I'll get the last comments in here. Brian says Astros and I might need another emoji help there, Mindy. I know you're typing. But
it's a telescope, which I always wanted when I was a kid. Always, Ramon, always.
And I never had a telescope, huh?
I did get one year from Santa. Just saying.
I'm supposed to look at the stars. I'd be looking at everything else.
Of course you would.
Here's Butterscotch minus a run and a half for Houston. Michael Thompson also Astros. Blake says under. TJ on the Astros run line. Here comes the plays from Mindy right now as we go over to Tony'sPicks.com. Take a look at the premium picks section. Click on the All Cappers tab. Find the handicapper of your choice and get signed up. If you miss our plays here on the Morning Steam, you can subscribe to them. You just go on over and click on the Morning Steam right here, and they come right up. A little bit of a charge here, but just know that Mindy and I benefit from the sales of this. Yeah, we split it right down the middle. And that way, if you missed the show and you still want to know what we picked on Team Steam, you can get the plays. And don't look as if you're buying the plays because they're absolutely free here. Just look at it as if, hey, let's throw Mindy and Ramon a bone and thank them and I can't watch the show for a few days, but I want the plays, so there they are. And here they are. Take a screenshot of this with our baseball. Woo! So we talked about the NBA. We had the Nuggets. We got the Bucks. We're laying some points, but it didn't hurt yesterday in those games against the play-in winners. So in baseball, Tigers over, Yankees money line, Guardians under, Marlins money line, Reds under, Brewers run line, and Mariners run line. Thanks, Bionic. Thank you. and look what Paul said. He loves Mindy's hat
I
collection.
know, and I don't even like give them all a chance, right? So I have to, usually coordinate my attire.
Okay.
So I
Well,
don't
yeah.
always get all of my hats, in. So maybe I should just like start with a new one just every day instead of, doubling up on them.
I have a lot of hats because I have a hat head, obviously, and you want
I
to
am
cover
not
it
bald
up.
underneath.
Not going to be getting any hair implants, but actually, I left a lot of my.
Oh, on storage.
Yeah, I came to Vegas without everything, just in case. I do miss San Diego, miss people and stuff like that.
The weather.
Yeah, but this isn't bad. There we go. Butterscotch did it. That's the end of the show. Please join us tomorrow for more morning steam. Mindy and I are back for our Friday. We're going to hopefully bring you more winners off a winning day today. And thank you for all your contributions on the show today as well. We're back tomorrow at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, and 6. Oh, Mindy, I'm sorry. Gosh, let me give you my play here. Football.
Oh, yeah,
I got
you're going to do that.
Plays today. I've got a few. Hopefully, we get these right. I'm really just going off the eye test on a lot of these because I put the ESPN Plus has the XFL. So Blake said, "Remember Tecmo video?" I think I do remember Tecmo Bowl. Was that the one where Bo Jackson was great? But more so, I was a generation maybe before that. But I liked in television because I thought the sports games. This is really the crude, it's almost like after Pong and Atari. But I just thought the sports games on the in television were really superior, like state of the art. If you will, you could like punch in plays and everything. So
I always loved that RC Pro Am on Nintendo. That was like my total all-time fave, probably.
Got the Arlington Renegades here today, +8. We're actually doing videos of these. I don't really have again, I'm watching the games pretty much and the results. I'm not even the really bad, the league on statistics and it's kind of a joke. In a way, you got to go to third-party sources really to get the best stats and everything to look at everything. So here we go. I got the Renegades here today in the XFL. The Renegades are getting 9 points from the Defenders, and I've got Defenders 7-1. And the Sea Dragons and the Battlehawks, I couldn't come up with anything in this one.
Just take Seattle.
Okay, well, St. Seattle's been hot.
The terrible helmet.
This is a great
mascot.
Yeah,
so
this
mad
is a great
about
game.
that.
We're gonna pick them. St. Louis 6-2, Seattle 5-3. Seattle's just as hot. So that's the XFL today. In the USFL, it's a classic matchup between the Michigan Panthers and the Houston Gamblers. Anybody who goes back to the days of the USFL, this was a great matchup. But hey, who wouldn't like the Gambler? I mean, that should be like the unofficial team of Gamblers. I got Michigan today. Take the maroon and light blue and gold team, the Michigan Panthers, the coolest uniforms I don't know if they are anymore because everyone's got cool uniforms nowadays. But back in the day, the Michigan Panthers, they had the uniforms. All right, so I've got Michigan today just because they got good, cool uniforms because this is week 1 of the USFL. And really, I'm just playing the markets here. Take the Breakers. -4. The New Orleans Breakers, Mindy, against the Pittsburgh Maulers. People are like, why are they the New Orleans? They're actually the Boston Breakers. when the league first started. They were immediately moved to New Orleans. The franchise moved to New Orleans. So, okay, take the breakers. So that's Arlington, Michigan, and New Orleans today in the USFL with a very scientific handicap.
The Showboats. There you go, Ramon.
How about the Showboat? Did somebody mention that?
Yeah, Blake. He said, I didn't know that the Showboats came back.
Yeah, they played. The Showboats were in action yesterday. The Memphis Showboats. You think it's funny? It's right. I always thought because that was there. That's an old team. All the USFL names are resurrected from back in the day. But the Showboats, it's just a great double entendre, right? Because it's a Memphis, the gambling, the boats, the river boats, but also in today's football,
Yeah, you can
right,
just showboat, right?
celebrate showboating in the end zone. So it looks like TJ's got some plays today. He'll give us our play in that game. He's got the Sea Dragon.
Right.
So take it. He was the only one that commented. So we'll just do it. We've got Arlington. We've got the Sea Dragons. We've got Michigan. We've got New Orleans today.
Ramon, they could have made a Sea Dragon so cool. Instead, it's a cartoon. I'm so mad about it. Man, mad about it.
Well, it does kind of look Kraken-y. I'll bet it, TJ. I'm not shy.
The colors, everything, and then here we go.
$dollars on it. What the heck? I want to bet. We don't even cover it at. Hey, it's not a respected league, Mindy, until it's covered at 20 picks. So until we're have these leagues in the back end, these are just play. And I had a winner in there yesterday. Gave out a Aussie football play, didn't come through there, but we gave out a big plus 165 underdog in the UFC last night in the chat. We gave out some other winners too, so I'll bring you some more today in the Discord. Don't forget. Okay, I'll type it in there for anyone. I'm sure you're all in there already. I know we want to get out of here. We got to get out of here. Thank you so much, everybody. Great show. Great job, Mindy. And Discord this and get us out of here. There's to join us. Thanks, Blake, TJ, everybody. All right. For Mindy Hahne, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.